show, everyone. In this episode, we are opening with a Tatsumi, Nocturna, and Arclight tournament, which hopefully doesn't require all three, since Arclight is quite far behind the others right now in class. But if I have to, if the other two win, then we can at least just bail on that one. Because I always forget which is, because there's team battle and group battle, and one of them means everyone fights everyone, and the other one means that it's an elimination style. And I always mix up which means which. But apparently this is the, wow. See, Tatsumi's good. Like, dodge rate's high, accuracy is high, power is, well, intelligence is decent. Like, okay, this is everybody fights everybody. What?
You immediately called backsies.
Of what?
Intelligence is high, decent.
Well, if it was high, I'd be taking out people one per hit. Instead of needing two. Well, that's that. And that's another
Good night,
tournament.
Jumbo.
We just won that tournament, so now I'm gonna have Arclight retire from the match, and we still win. And I think he still gets a star, but there was no reason to risk putting a D class against a B class, so we did the thing, and everyone still benefits anyway. Fastest tournament ever. And I believe that gets all three of them their third monster star, which means I've got a lot of flexibility to get them through the ranks, finally. If only there were tag team official tournaments. Yep, got them all. Okay, so Tatsumi, you've got this one. Nocturna gets the next one. Arclight, you get this one. Tabby's got a match tonight. But Mimi has... Mimi, I'm so sorry to do this. Wait, if Tavi takes this... No. No. Gotta do it this way. I can never pass up an S-Class tournament. Okay. Oops. Yeah, versus data there allows you to basically export your monsters to use them in multiplayer competitions, which that could have been huge back in the day, but before this was before the internet, or at least before commonplace internet. I can't remember where the PS2 came out in the internet's life cycle, but
it was around the GameCube, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't remember.
So the internet was getting pretty big, if I remember correctly.
So, well, either way, though, the PS2 has no way of talking to the internet, so all of it is local, so I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Alright,
you'd have
you get
to be in
rest.
a large city for that to be viable.
You can do it. And Tatsumi, you're working on your accuracy. Nocturna, you are working on your power. Sandbag, yes. Take it from Tavi. Tavi can instead do a little life blade. And Arclight needs power as well, but can't, so we'll give him... Oh, we'll give him the running Mac, since he's lively. Alright. See, Arclight's still only pulling a 53% on the friggin' life Mac. Like, I don't know... But see, even... Okay, so Tavi is on the life blade, does 64% effort, and still pulls less number than Arclight, who is on the running Mac, does... Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, like, I'm wondering if the problem with the Alfredo method of discipline is that it doesn't take into account how good of gains you get from the different machines. Because a life gain of 16 isn't awful. It's not that bad.
No, it's almost double what Tavi got.
Right. Even though Tavi's effort was garbage, but even if Tavi... If you extrapolate the numbers and Tavi gives 100% effort, that's still probably only about 17 or 16 on the life.
Yeah.
Which is again, about what Arclight did. So, like, I don't know. I think there's a hole in the system there. Alright, so I'm going to...
I'm gonna actually take a picture of this and run the numbers.
Okay. So Tatsumi has achieved his goal, so we're going to switch him back to intelligence to gain his power, or his physical attacks, or his magical attack strength, essentially. And Nocturne is still a hair short of her goal. Did you get the picture?
I did, yes.
Okay. So, like, I don't necessarily want to scold Arclight for that. Plus, he's tired, and he still did better than Tavi. So is the percentage just based on the fact that Tavi is a pixie and therefore gets less life than others? Like, it's so... I don't know. It's very confusing. There are a few too many variables at play for me to understand exactly what's going on.
That's the cool thing about older games is they almost require in-depth walkthroughs for numbers.
And I'm actually okay with the idea that you should be a specialist, because, like, if I had a full team of pixies, then I would be able to compare them against themselves, and then I would know numbers better. Because if one pixie is busting out high life, and all the other pixies are not, then that gives me information. That at least gives me a baseline comparison.
And I need to write down equations.
Yes. High math. That's what everyone wants in their video games.
Over 64.
Alright. So, speaking of Mimi, I did just save, so I suppose I could save scum here if I... Oh, and I have to mute the game audio, but that's okay. I could actually make this easy on me by actually clicking the button to mute the game audio. So I don't have to edit it when I do video editing. Neat. Let's do that. Let's just mute there we go. Sweet, now I just have to remember to turn it back on when I start recording again. Or when oh my god! I'm sorry, Mimi. I'm very sorry for... Oh, yeah, your accuracy is garbage. Alright, so Mimi... We're converting Mimi back to accuracy.
Okay, so rounding down... Mimi... If Tavi were to have given 100%, she would have gotten 14. So.
Which means that Arclight still beat her.
Yep. Even at 53%.
Even at 53%. So
now...
That makes me think that, like, especially for the running Mac, it's just not worth it. Come on, baby.
Yep. And if Arclight were to have given 100%, he would have gotten, rounding down again, 30.
Which is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm seriously thinking that, God, I have hit every lucky proc on that battle.
The question is, what will their numbers be on each other's things?
Yes.
Because that'll give us the answer to the question, is it race?
Correct. Well, I could actually, I could swap them for the next one. I'll have to rest them both to kind of reset, but
I was gonna say, give them a rest, because they're both biddies, aren't they? They're both little.
Shh.
They're young.
God!
Oh.
Please tell me that wasn't at least an injury. Fuck me!
Shit.
It was so quick I didn't even think about countering or hitting the button to quit. Like, the attack came out of fucking nowhere. I don't know what to do, man. Short of save scumming, I honestly don't know what to do here. Because Mimi has spent more time injured than anything else. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. Like, I don't know if there's something I'm missing or if this is just the way it's going. Like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. And that's like in video games, the number one thing that drives me nuts is not knowing what I need to do. It could just be as simple as posting up and just constantly working on my stats until everybody is in like the 500 range at that point. Like that's all I can think to do, because maybe I'm just entering the S class too early. Clearly Mimi's numbers are way below where they need to be. So maybe once Tavi gets to the S class, I am going to hold off and do nothing else with Tavi other than train her until I get things a little bit more stabilized. Like that, because there's nothing else I can do. There's just nothing else I can do.
I wonder if you freeze and breed Mimi, if her progeny will get her longevity.
I assume, if I remember right, the age is based on the race. So indirectly, yes. Okay, Nocturna, I am working on your power. The others get to rest again, since we are conducting our experiment. Nocturna, that is not good enough. Alright. 77% when you previously got me 100% is not good enough. And that's again another thing. Like, maybe I should be comparing them to themselves. Like, oh, excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah, that burp got me out of nowhere. But like, I mean, as long as they keep getting better at their chosen device, maybe that's enough. Maybe. I don't know. But like, okay, here's a question for you guys. In the comments, let me know. This is very important. If you have watched other Let's Plays of this game, or if you have played this game yourself, are you able to achieve 100% efforts with level 4 devices like the Running Mac? Or is it just not possible? Is like the invisible cap line, say 60%, 70%? Because I can understand, I would understand and accept if you are on a level 4 machine and you just cannot achieve those numbers, because that would balance it would balance the overall gain from using those machines to keep everything kind of level. So just let me know in the comments if it's even possible to have like those high effort values. If it is possible, then clearly something else is going on here and I need to take that into account. If it's not possible, then that means the Alfredo method of discipline is inherently... I won't say it's inherently flawed. It has a mistake. And we can fix that mistake by adjusting the numbers when they're using one of those devices. I think that seems fair. Because the Alfredo method of discipline absolutely works for no machine and for the lowest level device, like a book or a sandbag. Absolutely works. I'm just curious if it's going to work for... Oh boy. Nice block. Alright, yeah, what is your dodge rate on that? Oh, you have a phenomenal dodge rate. Okay. So Tatsumi's good. Tatsumi is definitely outclassing this class. Yeah, he's fine. He could use some more intelligence for that fire attack, but he's doing okay. And he'll get promoted for sure unless something really ridiculous happens. Okay. Anyway, did I finish my thought? The number one thing I hate about video games is when I'm losing and I don't understand why. Because I'm totally okay with losing in video games. I can get frustrated, but I'm totally okay with losing in video games as long as I understand why. And I have a great example of that. Because one of my favorite games is Fight Night Champion. Again, I just finished the series on the show, but I still play it. It's a really fun game. I love Fight Night. But if I lose in Fight Night, it's either because I didn't dodge well enough, I didn't clinch when I was rocked, or their numbers were just better than my numbers, or when you play the get up minigame, like I'm terrible at it, and I don't know why, but part of it is practice. So like, if I lose, I can trace the reason why. It's because of those things, and I can't do anything about the numbers other than train better. I can't do anything about procs. I can't do anything about procs, but like the dodge rate, that's skill, and I could improve on that. The get up minigame is skill, I can improve on that. So there are reasons why I lose, and I'm fine with that. It's games like this where there's so many variables going on, and there's something that I'm missing. There's just something that I'm missing that I am not doing properly. And frankly, it could just come down to stats, because clearly, as Mimi has shown, going into the S class where Mimi is stupid. It's been suicide, and I'm getting trashed. And when I get trashed, it's just taking all this time away that Mimi can be training. So it's numbers. I think right now for the S class, it's numbers. I don't have the numbers. I can't take hits, and even when I hit, I'm not hitting very hard. I'm not able to finish fights, and that's my problem. So right now it's just training. It's just part of the reason why I've been kind of forcing myself to do tournaments is because I don't want you guys to get bored, because if everyone's in the S class and everyone's just working on numbers, then you're not watching much. You're just watching the same animations over and over and over.
Yep.
So I kind of, maybe my problem is I'm not taking enough time like I should be. I should be slowing down and actually working on training here. But Tatsumi is now an A-class monster, which means he's still got some,
The goddess showed her love to Tatsumi, and Tatsumi was not impressed.
No. This is just another Monday for Tatsumi. Who's a good bird? I'm sorry, Tatsumi. I won't say that anymore.
Goddess shows her love to him, and he's like, whatever, you can join the pile of tits over there.
Wow. Oh god, I did forget to unmute the video. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's been no game audio for like the last 10 minutes.
Oh.
Oh god, this is why I shouldn't do that. Alright, okay, so, alright, let's do our experiment. So what was the last thing? Wait, Arclight has a mission. Hold on, Arclight has a mission, or has a... God damn it. If I don't do that... Alright, I don't care. I'm going to run the training anyway. Okay, so what's going on?
Arclight was on the running mac, so he needs to go to the life blade.
Okay. And Tabby was on the life blade?
Needs to go to the running mac.
Okay. And then the other two... Let's see. Tatsumi needs to work on intelligence. And Nocturna needs to work on power, but is tired. I don't care. We're going to run it anyway. Okay.
Let's grab them numbers.
Alright, so... That is a very low number for Arclight. I'm actually kind of surprised how low that is.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of match up. Let me take a picture again.
Sure. And then you can run the numbers and compare how it works. God, all four of you should be scolded.
Alright, running the numbers now.
Alright, so Nocturna gains her goal. So I'm going to switch Nocturna back to accuracy. And all four get scolded. Oh shit, you got the picture?
Yes.
I just realized I clicked off of it. Alright. The only problem with doing that then is Arclight's going to be a little sleepy for his tournament, but I don't care. I needed to run those numbers. Sacrifices must be made for science. Alright.
So I'm going to go ahead and run Tabby's numbers first.
Okay, meanwhile I'm going to yell at Nocturna's butthole. It could be her face, I can't tell the difference.
They both smell the same. So.
They sure do. They sure do.
This is what happens when you let your animals eat their shit.
Alright, and then... Alright. Tatsumi, I will not yell at you. So you're doing... Oh, wait, you're okay. Yeah, you gave me some shit effort. Come on, Tatsumi. I'm trying to be nicer to you. Damn it.
Okay, so rounding down, if Tabby were to get 100%, it would be 21.
Okay.
So, in comparison to her last number of 14...
So her last number would have been 14 if she gave 100%?
On the life blade.
Right.
So, she's automatically doing better on the running mac.
Okay, see that? And she was a little bit more wiped out this time. So that tells me that the running Mac is better overall.
Right. And see, she got a lesser percentage on the running Mac than she did on the Life Blade, and she still did better.
So, yeah. So I should hold the monsters to lower expectations when they're on those machines. Because they're still doing better than not doing them. Or than doing a level 1 or level 2 machine.
And I'm going to round up on Arclights because he actually got a pretty high number. In fact, it's a continuous number.
Okay. Oh, shit. 20 minutes. Fuck it. Since the Akamura's running numbers, I'll go ahead and let this episode be a little long. Do a slightly long episode on this one. We'll have Arclight run his official D-class tournament, see if we can get a promotion to C-class. So this is why I needed a numbers person to help me out here.
If Arclight were to do 100%, it would have been 17 out of 100.
Out of 100?
17 would be 100%. It's...
Oh, gotcha.
I'm working the way the equation works.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So 100% would be 17.
And how does that compare to the running Mac?
30 would have been 100%.
Jesus. So yeah. So okay. So now compare their numbers to the other one doing the same machine, because it sounds like Arclight is consistently getting higher life at 100%.
Yes.
So that makes sense because pixies have trouble getting life in general. So she's still
on the Life Blade, Tabby, were she to do 100%, she would get 14. Arclight would get 17. It's a difference of 3.
Okay.
Now on the running Mac, it becomes a difference of 9 in Arclight's favor.
Okay, and that actually there's an arrows representation, and I think there's like one arrow higher for the running Mac, so it makes sense that like percentage-wise it's the same kind of gain difference.
And it's it runs on a percentage.
Okay.
I would say.
Ow. Woo! Arclight needs life. Does Arclight need speed?
So it would
Probably.
be... Each species would have a base modifier based on which stat was which.
Correct. So some monsters, like say Nocturna, are going to be better disposed to life gains. Or whatever gains.
Right. Like Pookermans.
Right. Okay. So now that answers that question, that means that So what I should be doing for praising and scolding is I should be keeping track of how they compare against themselves on a given machine rather than a one-size-fits-all percentage. Because it'll be a lot easier to get, say, 100% effort if you match up the skill with what they are predisposed to do. So, in other words, I should lower my expectations for anyone on a running Mac, but I should temper that with how well they've performed for me in the past, but only themselves on the running Mac. So if Arclight is giving me, like, say, 60% consistently on the running Mac and then suddenly gives me a 40 out of nowhere, then I should scold him. But if 60 is all he can do on the running Mac, then I shouldn't punish him for doing 60, because that's all he can do.
Right. So
there's more of an art to discipline than just screaming at them when they hit certain numbers.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well,
it looks like Arclight did better on the Life Blade than he did on the running Mac. And for Tabby, it's also true, although there's less of a difference.
Right. And there's less gain too doing that.
Right, cuz
And I'd have to rest them more if they're on the running Mac.
Right.
Because it's more of an exhausting
Arclight did 53%
delay.
on the running Mac, and Tabby did 61% on the running Mac. But you've also had Tabby on the running Mac more often, I assume.
Probably. Yeah, because Arclight just got old enough to even do the thing. Okay, well, that's very educational. Hopefully some of you followed that. The point is we have a different plan. I'm probably not going to change anything at this point with these 5. Well, Mimi, wherever she is. But whenever we do the next monster, because there's no way, I think at this point, there's no way Mimi's going to actually finish this off. Whenever we do the next monster, we'll change the way we praise and everything a little bit more. Honestly, what I should be doing, because the game bluntly tells you how you're doing. That's what that policy thing means at the top there. So for Tatsumi, we have an easier policy. We are not scolding him when we should. We are praising him more often than we should. So maybe I should just go off of that instead of going off of a chart, because maybe no chart is going to be useful for me. I mean, Arclight's chubby. I'm going to have to...
Get out of here.
Nocturne
Get out of
fat.
here, too.
So, Tabby's fat
Jesus
too.
Christ.
The no fatty farm is full of fatties.
Ugh.
Well, we're gonna have to take care of that problem, but
Gross.
that'll be it for this very long episode.
God, man, the harpoons.
Ew. Well, we still have a couple more in the session, so hopefully you join us for that. So thank you all very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow for hopefully not another math lesson episode.
Let's chase these assholes out of here.
Do you really want to be behind Nocturna's asshole in any situation? Or just kind of stuck with her?